Welcome to your daily dose of dopamine. My name's Robert, and I got two friends up here. One's named Susan, the other one's named Kawila. Hello to both of you.
Hello, Robert. Hi.
Now, Kawila, people know a little about Susan and I because we've been doing this for a bit now, but they don't know anything about you. Who are you?
My name is Kawila Hanchett. Aloha. I'm from Molokai, which you have maybe heard a little bit about from Auntie Susan. And we are family, Ohana.
Ohana is such a beautiful word. Tell me why Ohana is such a powerful, word in Hawaiian.
So Ohana comes from the root word of the taro plant, which is considered an elder sibling of the Hawaiian people. And the oha is the little sprouts that cluster around the makua or the parent plant. And it really means that families, the way my daughter says it, it's like instant belonging. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to earn that love. It's just there for you. And it's always there for you, even when you mess up or have hard times.
And hearing you say that, that's how I feel about the Parkinson's community. There's an instant belonging. We all care. We have something in common. Maybe we'd rather not have in common, but that connection is pretty immediate.
Have you heard about this idea? Because Susan has been talking about it, and it's one of the things that seems she gets and then struggles with at time, which is leaning in. Have you heard her talk about that concept or idea of leaning into either not understanding something or leaning into difficult concepts? Kawila, have you heard about that at all?
Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. In other words, rather than running away, lean in.
Right. I wonder, does that concept make sense to you? And culturally speaking, I spent a little time in Hawaii. I lived there for about a year, and so I love it. I was married there, but obviously I don't know it to the depth that you do. I wonder what philosophically, when you talk about that, leaning into difficult times or difficult situations, a relationship you don't want to have, but you have. What do you think about that?
Well, I think about our connection with Ohana and the Aina, the land, and really that rootedness. So when you're rooted, you can't really run away. And so I see that in Auntie Susan. I see how she's deeply rooted in her own spirit and in her own soul. And a lot of this improv work has helped her to become even more like that taproot, just is straight down, and she's really she's not going to the left or the right. And so when things come that might be hard, and I've had the honor of being with her in some of those moments, I watch her lean in. And it's so beautiful. That's resiliency. That's what helps life to be beautiful and to be good no matter what's happening.
And you learn. When you do that, you tamp down fear, not naively tamp down fear, but when you understand something better, you are less fearful. But it's a big ask because sometimes we are afraid.
Huge. And what I think is interesting is what Kawila said right there, what I've seen too, we are often our own worst judges of when we are being strong or resilient. Susan, you've lifted me up. I know I've helped lift you up. Clearly, Kawila's helped lift you up in that regard. So this is why the community, the Ohana, is so important, so others can see what we don't or see in ourselves. Yes?
I think you're right. Yeah. Yes, we learn by seeing. There's a proof kind of thing. So when I arrived with Chip last weekend, we went straight to Kawila's mom and dad's house where there was a party in honor of his birthday. And from that birthday, Kawila and dozens of other people have made a huge garden for her. How old's your dad?
73.
73-year-old dad, like a 35 by 35 garden. They, tilled and got the water in it, got all the rocks out, and for this wonderful man, this group thing. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts, right?
Yeah. And that's what like you say, there's that celebration, understanding of who these people are and being rooted. And I'm so glad, Susan, you made the correlation of Parkinson's community being an Ohana, because we see that, and it's what we build through, both improvisation and the Day One program. Is, isolation is the killer in Parkinson's. And it's so common that people feel isolated first from themselves, their own root, And then from their loved ones, even, they feel like nobody understands me. And then all of a sudden they find other people that do, and they start to regain and reconnect those roots and become more whole.
Yeah, I think the Parkinson's community, maybe even more than other networks built around the healthcare issue, have, I don't know if it's just we have more fun or there are more of us and we try, jump in, but it's made a huge difference.
It has. And guess
It's
what?
inspirational. Are we at 5 minutes?
That's 5 minutes. It goes that fast. I know. Kawila, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate all that dopamine.